Well, for those of you who have forgotten, because it's been, about an hour now, my name is Liam Hislop. I could tell a story or a joke right now, but as anybody can tell, I'm not that funny, so I'm not going to do that. What I will do is bring up the team that I had the privilege of working with for the last 5 months. Come on up, you guys. This is WildhouseGames.
Right. Welcome everyone. On behalf of O-Snap Games, I'd like to present to you, well, let's start off by introducing our team. First, the asset lead, Barrett Vasilchek. Our graphics lead, Miguel de la Cruz. Technical lead, David Electrifying Pascanelli. And I'm your project lead, Carlos Mijares. And as WildhouseGames, we'd like to introduce to you Monkey Wings. Now, what is Monkey Wings? The best way to explain it is just to run a simulation through a playthrough that you would have in the game. Let's start. I want you guys to sit back, relax, close your eyes, and imagine yourselves flying an airplane. And you're flying above the blue sea, on the clear blue sky. And on the far right, you see an island. And you start to fly towards that island and increasing your throttle. See, you can control that plane like any other plane. But that's not what makes Monkey Wings so special. What makes Monkey Wings so great are tricks. Now let's get back to the cockpit. You see a bright green button on the cockpit for some reason, and you can't help but press it. But the moment you press it and hold it, all the controls change. You can't control the plane the way you used to, no. But you're determined to find out why that button's there. So you hold it, and you start playing around with the flight stick. You start moving in different ways, and you move it twice to the left. You start rotating the plane twice. Oh, you did a slow roll, the plane just twists around. And you know how you did a slow roll? Because it shows off. Slow roll, and you get like 1,000,000 points. Yes! So you start experimenting with new tricks, left and right, left, right, left, whatever, all the time. So you're flying through the island, just enjoying tricks and discovering new moves. But then you notice that at the top, there's a giant number, and it's counting down, and there's only 10 seconds left. So you start to freak out. You don't want to leave. You want to do tricks for the rest of your life. Come on, skip bathroom breaks, who cares? Life, whatever. But you begin to notice as you finally open your eyes, that why are you flying with your eyes closed? You look crazy. You notice that there are rings around. And you notice that if you fly through those rings, you may be able to play a little longer. So you start aiming at the closest ring. And you start flying towards it faster and faster. There's only 5 seconds left, but your aim isn't quite right. So you miss it. But then you remember that there's a hammerhead trick, which you can press throw up, throw down, and yaw left, which turns you around 180 degrees, exactly where the ring is, and you fly through with 1 second left, and now you have more time to do more tricks to get a better score. Woo! And that, my friends, is the feeling of Monkey Wings. Now, why would you want to do all this? Well, to talk about the goal of the game and why it's so fun, here's Barrett Vasilchek.
Thank you, Carlos. Well, my name is Barrett, and Carlos told you some reasons what you would do in Monkey Wings, how you'd fly around. Now I'm going to tell you some really cool things that you can do with those maneuvers. Now, while playing Monkey Wings is not like a normal flight game, how a normal pilot would fly, but you are a member of the elite flight squadron Monkey Wings. These guys are crazy. Normal flight is boring for them. They have to be doing crazy aerobatic stunts, flying as fast as possible. They even fly through rings. Who does that? Well, anyways, when they try to do this, they're very competitive. They're trying to get the high score. Also, they're also trying to fight to see who can earn the best medals, who gets the shiniest gold medal. Along with this, they got bored and they had to think up of new ways to fly, basically 3 different modes. With these modes, their first mode is called arcade mode. Basically, arcade mode, these pilots, they just fly around, try to show off all their fancy tricks, get the highest score. There's one problem, the time is ticking down. What they must do to compensate for this is fly through rings to get more time. Now next mode is a little bit more simpler. It's called free flight mode. Basically, sometimes the pilots like to kick back, relax, fly the old school way. It's not as fun, a little primitive, but you don't have to worry about any rules or limitations. Now their next mode is called ring mode. This is where they just went bananas. Basically, they scrap doing tricks. They're just worried about going fast as possible through every ring, getting the best time ever. And that is what makes Monkey Wings fun. Basically, us together, 4 guys, crazy, obsessed with making awesome games, we put together the rings, flying around doing tricks, time ticking down, and basically, when that is all put together, ladies and gentlemen, you get an amazing game called Monkey Wings. Now, I'm going to pass it off to my good friend Miguel de la Cruz to tell you about what he worked on in Monkey Wings.
Thank you, Barrett. And yes, I am Miguel de la Cruz, the graphics lead for this project. And I was the guy responsible for making things show up on the screen, like so. I accomplished I did many things in the project, and most of those things are there, or some of them anyway. Well, the most fun I had of these tasks was the menu system, which I'll be focusing on today. The menu system could be best described as rubbery. The buttons have a distinct, playful look. For instance, when the mouse cursor, like that little, when that little thing gets closer to the buttons, they get bigger and the buttons get bigger and brighter, and look as if they want to be clicked on. That's great. Depending on which button you click on, the other buttons create a wave, like people do, like the crowds do in football stadiums, like, I get clicked on. And well, the menus were lengthening, but it was fun working on the menus. And I hope the menus are as fun to look at as they were for me to make. And I will now pass it off to the electrifying Pasquale.
Thank you, Miguel. I'm David Pasquinelli, the tech lead for Monkey Wings, and part of my responsibilities as tech lead was to work on the trick detection system, the collision detection system, the camera AI, and the world object. And I'm going to talk specifically about the world object for a minute. The world object basically organizes all the objects in the world and makes sure that they all get updated, and also optimizes collision detection to make it feasible for a game in a large outdoor environment. And to do that, we use a technique called spatial hashing. The spatial hashing just takes every point in the world and assigns a code to it. And that code is stored in a data structure called a hash table. And so at any point in the game, a moving object, such as the aircraft, can compute the same code for its position and reference in that table all the geometry that's near it. So what this basically boils down to is the world is sliced up into cubes, and when you want to check whether or not you're crashing into the ground, for instance, all you have to do is know what cube you're in, the aircraft, and you know what objects you need to test for collision with. And now to tell you a little bit about what he did on the project, I'm going to pass it off to Barrett.
Alright, thank you, David. I'm Barrett again. On Monkey Wings, I was actually the asset lead, so I got to work with all of the audio guys, art guys, help get stuff in the game. But there's one of these tasks that I really enjoyed the most, was basically creating effects for the game. Now, as you can see up on the screen over here, there's a smoke trail coming from the plane. This is something called a particle effect. And also, we have smoke coming out of the volcano. Now, a particle effect is just basically like you have a set of markers and you can draw up on their pretty shiny pictures and make everything sparkle.